Okay, so good day everyone. You're going here. So for today class, we're to discuss module 1. So let me just share my screen. Yan. Okay. So talking about module 1 class, module 1 is entitled Fundamentals and Basics of STAAD Modeling. Okay. So tuloy natin. So technically class, kung titignan nyo, why STAAD, no? So bakit nga ba STAAD? So if you are to observe class, what is on the screen? So what is on the screen class are parang hiring, no? For different companies. For the first picture class, we have to see it is PSA or kung saan natin kinukuha yung mga birth certificate natin, no? Supposedly class, yeah, PSA is to hire an engineer. Engineer 1 specifically. The right naman class, kung titignan natin, Meralco. So this is a private company na, no? So if we are to check class the qualifications, what do they require more or less? Parang lagi nilang gusto nila class may STAAD. Okay? So if you can see class, the more prominent structural analysis program in the Philippines is STAAD. Okay? But no class that there is others like ETABS, SAFE, and yung bago, yung MIDAS. Okay? Again, kung titignan natin, no? This is the very reason why we use STAAD or like we teach STAAD instead of the others. Okay? So, titignan nyo class, no? STAAD qualification, PSA. Tapos more class, no? So, titignan natin more private companies. So, if you can see class, the job requirement is they require you to have knowledge in STAAD. Same class dito sa ArcN Technologies, no? So, private company class. Yan. Tignan natin class, still STAAD, no? Yeah. That is why class, it's better to learn STAAD prior to, before learning ETABS or SAFE or MIDAS. Okay? Yeah, so intro about STAAD. So, we start with Unit 1 of Module 1 class. Technically, we talk about the introduction of STAAD. Okay? So, as we can see class, yan. So, introduction to STAAD class, ito. So, STAAD is a structural analysis design program software. So, alam naman na natin yun, no, class? Plus, it includes state-of-the-art user interface. Yeah. Technically, makikita natin mamaya kung ano itsura ng user interface. Plus, also, class, it uses international design codes. So, titignan natin, class. Technically, kasama na rin yung 20, yung NSCP natin dito. Yan. Tapos ang pinakamaganda ngayon class, it uses 3D model generation, no? So para mas madaling gumawa ng model. Okay? Tapos the commercial version of STAAD supports ito. So technically ito yung mga dinedesign ni STAAD. So steel, concrete, tsaka timber. Okay? Technically commercial or student version kaya naman na niya yung steel, concrete, tsaka timber. Okay? Tapos it is one of the, so may T dapat to, software applications created to help structural engineers to automate their tasks. Okay? So parang we do not revert to manual methods. Kumbaga, we go na class into, yan, software. Para mabilis, syempre, we have to make use of technology. So technically class, yeah, technology, upgrades, we don't want to be left behind. Okay, so that is STAAD class. So next class, we talk about the history of STAAD. So originally class, it was developed by Research Engineers International. So ito is in Yorba Linda, California. Okay? Pero syempre class, famously known today, no? Supposedly, STAAD is owned by Bentley Systems because in the later part of the 2005, yeah, binili class ni Bentley, si Research Engineer International. So yeah, that is how we came to know class that STAAD is owned by Bentley Systems nowadays. Okay? So next slide class, yeah, regarding licenses, so syempre, if you buy kasi the license of STAAD class, technically, mahal yan. Okay? So we make use class of the student license. So for us class to avail the student license, we just have to make an account in Bentley using class our SLU email. Okay? So they will just have to verify it by, actually, you have to complete the profile. Okay? We have to place class under the school. You have to enter St. Louis University. So, pakicheck, dapat hindi wrong spelling. And then class, syempre, dun sa email, dapat naka slu.edu.ph. Okay? Because if you try to download the software STAAD, yeah, they will require you to upload proof that you are really a student of SLU. So, yun. So, upload class a picture of your ID. Okay? So, kung titingnan nyo class, no? Once you made your STAAD, your Bentley account, supposedly, and then you download STAAD, there are 3 products wherein you can install to make use of. Okay? So, first up, meron tayo nung connection client. So, connection client class, isipin nyo na lang, ito yung parang server nila. Okay? Tapos we have the STAAD Pro. Tapos meron tayo ng structural select entitlements. So ito class, kung titingnan nyo, nag-expire yan. So ito actually, okay lang mag-expire yan. Okay? Kasi plugins lang to class. Kumbaga, we don't need this class for STAAD to run. What we only need class is STAAD Pro software. And then technically, this is a prerequisite because this is where we log in our account for our student license to work. Okay? So moving on class, we have how to open STAAD, no? So opening STAAD, again, you just have to, yeah, enter yung ating account dun sa connection client. Why again class? Because technically, this will prove, kumbaga, your account will be the one to verify what licenses you have. Okay? So, minimum requirement natin dito for you to open STAAD, supposedly, open yung connection client, enter your SLU account or like the account made with the SLU email, okay, for your student license to be recognized. Okay? Tapos kung titingnan nyo, pag inopen nyo, meron magpapakita na nag-expire daw yung ating structural select entitlements. So again, class, I repeat, it's okay, no? You just cancel and quit para mag-open. Kasi ito class, again, it is another product, kumbaga plugins class, additional toolbars for your STAAD. So we don't need that. Pero okay na with the core toolbars. Okay? So it's okay for this one class to expire. So I'll show you class no how to open STAAD. So first again class, no? So kung titignan natin ito. Yan. So you have to open yung client. So titignan natin ito yun, no? So just double click this one. So titignan natin, double click ko yan. Lalabas to. Ito. Okay? So ipunta ko sa home yan. Okay, so titignan natin class, yung mga trials mo. So again, ito yung sinasabi ko class, yung structural select entitlements, it's okay class for it to expire. Kumbaga, we don't need this one to run STAAD. Okay, so once you have entered your account, so again, my account is the one with the SLU, no? Yeah, so pakita ko lang kung saan dito yung license. So dito license tool class, if I open this, ayan, let's wait for it to load a little. Yan. So kung titignan mo yung license natin is here. Yan. Okay? So naka-student license ako class dun sa STAAD Pro. Okay? So again class, minimum requirement, we have to enter our account in the connection client. With that class, no, makikita nyo dapat may check mark dito. Naka-check mark yun dun sa icon ng connection client. With that class, meaning naka-login ka na dun sa connection client, you already na class to open your STAAD. So kung titignan nyo class, i-open ko yung STAAD. No? Yung STAAD ko class, nandito sa baba. Yan. Okay? So i-click ko to class. Supposedly, mag-open ako ng STAAD. So we just wait for it to load. Pakita ko lang class. Pakita ko yung nag-expire na yun. Saan na eh? Ayan. Okay. So ito yung first step class in opening STAAD. We just have to click continue. So if you click continue class, supposedly STAAD approved with load. Tapos ito yung sinasabi ko class, no? Supposedly it's okay for this one class to expire. Kumbaga, again, we don't need this one for STAAD to run. Ito yung plugins niya. So what we do here class is we just cancel and quit for the opening of the STAAD to proceed. Okay? So yan class. So kung titignan natin, mag-open siya. So give it a little minute class na. So again, the minimum requirement for us is, yun, dapat, ito, nakalagin lang yung ating connection client. So, mabagal yung ating laptop. Okay? So, kaya lang natin siya mag-load. Technically, napakita ko naman, no? So, again, okay lang na mag-expire yung ating structural select entitlements. Okay? Tapos, we just have to log in our connection client account. Okay? Tapos yun. So we go class to creating a new file in STAAD. So So, hintayin ko lang mag-open, no? Yan, nag-open na siya. Okay? So, in creating class yung ating new file in STAAD, meron lang tayong minimum requirement. The minimum requirement class is we have to enter the details, specifically class dun sa file name tas location. So, titignan nyo class, no? Huwag tayong mag-panic. Di ba? Minsan kasi, bakit kaya hindi pwedeng i-click yung create button? Supposedly kasi, i-click natin yung create button to create a new file. Okay? So, baka isipin nyo it's because of the licenses or what? Okay? Again, titignan nyo lang kasi, hindi pa kasi na-fill up yung location. So, again, minimum requirement class for our create button to be clicked. Supposedly, file name, tapos location. Okay? So, titignan nyo dito, class, no? So, ito. Yan. Diba? Kung titignan nyo, class, punta ko sa new. Yan. So, nakiklik yan. So, again, kung titignan nyo, i-erase ko to. Observe, no? O, yan. So, hindi mo na siya pwedeng click. So, dapat, class, pumili ka ng folder. Yan. So, same, no? Pag inalis ko yung file name, class, yeah, wala ulit. So, dapat maglagay lang tayo ng file name. Okay? Gets ba? That is, class, how we create a new file in STAAD. So, moving on, class, we discuss the elements in STAAD. So, technically, ito yung mga parts or like these are the paano ba? Elements. If you say elements, parang ito yung building blocks of STAAD. Okay? So number one, we have what we call node. So technically, the formal definition of node is the points of connectivity between structural entities. So kung titignan natin class, ganito ang itsura ng node. So para lang siyang dot. So node class can be, if we talk about structural elements, it's a joint. Okay? Tapos beams naman class. So instead, beams is the linear structural member. So again, if it says linear, technically, kasama na dyan class yung mga beams, yung mga columns, braces. Okay? Kumbaga, members yan class, no? So kumbaga, the term beam is synonymous to a member. Okay? So if we talk about a member for a structural frame, kumbaga, kasama na dyan yung column tsaka yung beams. Okay? So ganito kasi ang itsura ng beams natin. So technically, it's a line connecting two nodes. Okay? For a plate naman class, is the element commonly used to model surface structures such as yung wall, yung slab, plates, or shell. Okay? So, kasama na dyan yan, yung mga flat surface natin. Okay? Tapos, so, ito ang itsura class ng plate natin. So, technically, ang minimum niyan is meron tayong 3 nodes. Okay? Pag solids naman, technically, ito yung mga ano natin, solution of 3D. Yan, 3-dimensional structure. So, kung titignan natin, no, ang minimum natin para mabuo yung 3-dimensional, dapat 5 nodes. Okay, so ganito ka sa itsura ng solids. Okay? So, kung titignan natin class, we move on na lang pala. Ito. Okay? Pakita ko lang mamaya class how to make a beam, a plate, and a solid. So what are the structures in STAAD class? So we define a structure in STAAD as an assemblage of elements. So yung mga pinagtagpi-tagpi class na diniscuss natin kanina will make up a structure. Okay? So these elements can either be frame or finite. Okay? So ang frame elements natin class, syempre andyan yung beam. It's made up of 2 nodes. Okay? Kasi di ba parang line yan. So at the end of a beam class, exists 2 nodes. Okay? For finite elements naman class, we have the plate plus we have the solid. Okay? So yan class, meron tayo nun, if we talk about plate, it's the flat surface, di ba? So it's made up of 3 or 4 nodes. Okay? For the solid naman class, we have to have, technically, pwedeng 4 eh. Pero para mas ma-imagine yung class, supposedly we are to make kasi a 3D structure, no? So for a 3D structure to exist class, we need 4. Pag 4 kasi is yung parang ganito, di ba? 1, 2, 3, 4. So technically, parang ganyan yung itsura nung 3D structure mo. So pwede rin pala to. Supposedly 4 to 8. Okay? So as long as we can make class a 3D structure, it's a solid. Okay? Pakita natin class. Ayan. So buksan ko lang yung gawa na natin ito. Okay? Yan. So kung nakikita nyo class, ito. So this is the node. Yan. Okay? Tapos this is the beam. This one's the plate. Tapos this one's the solid. Okay? So, i-erase lang natin. No? So, alisin ko lang muna to. Yan. Pakita ko lang how to make a beam. Kailangan nating select. Yan. Ulit ko lang 'to class. Yeah, pakita ko lang on how to make one. Yeah, 'yan. Okay. So again class, I'll show you how to make a beam. Supposedly andito lang tayo sa geometry 'no. So ito yung node 'no. So for us to make a beam class, we just have to click at beam, tapos we connect the dots. So with this class, if you can see, this is a beam. Okay. So for us to make a plate naman class, again kung titignan niyo supposedly, meron tayong triangular tsaka yung ano. So puwedeng ito. So minimum class of oh, ah, no, wait, di ko pa pala na-click class. Wait for a while, yan. Okay. So again, click tayo, gawa tayo ng plate 'no. So for us to make a plate, dapat gano'n, tapos yun. Kung titignan niyo class, minimum 3. Ay naka-4 pala tayo class 'no, so dapat pinotin natin yung 4 dyan. So if you click 4 class, the plate is already made. So if you want the triangular plate class, you have to click this one. Okay? Tapos for us class to add the solid, so kailangan add solid, tapos gawa tayo ng solid. So again class, ang minimum ng solid supposedly, eto, meron kasi yan eh. So meron tayong 4 to 8, yeah tama, 4 to 8 nodes. So pwedeng tatlo. Yan. We have to click lang pero to. So ang default nito class is yung 8 no. So gagawin ko yung 8. So ang ganito lang itsura no. Kung titingnan nyo class, ang labas nito, cube tayo. Yan. So with that class we've made, so this is the node. So for us to make a node, we'll discuss a while ago. Maya. Okay? This is the beam, this is the plate, tapos this is the solid. Okay? So these are the elements supposedly that will make up a structure in STAAD. Okay, so moving on class, we have the different types of structure in STAAD. So technically, meron tayong tinatawag na truss. So we define truss as a structure consisting of truss members which can only have axial members. Okay, so wala tayong bending. In STAAD class, hindi niya pwedeng i-analyze yung truss members mo with bending. Okay, so ganun rin naman sa school class, di ba? Kumbaga, we take truss members to only handle axial loads. Okay? So second type of structure class, we have the plane structure. So plane structure is bound by the XY coordinate system. Okay? Yan. So technically, ito yung flat surfaces natin. 2D. Okay? Space naman class, ito na yung 3D frame structures natin. Okay? Tapos a floor, so may difference class yung plane sa floor. Technically, planes class, ito yung patayo ba? Parang yung frame natin. Kasi it exists class dun sa X and Y coordinate system natin. No? Samantalang a floor class, ito yung naman yung horizontal plane. So vertical plane, horizontal plane. Para makita nyo class, pakita ko lang yung global natin. So ito yung default na global natin. No? So para ka lang gumawa class ng simple coordinate system. So di ba ito class yung Y. Tapos ito yung X. Tapos nagdagdag lang tayo class na pang 3D. Yan na yung Z. Okay? So, plane class nag-i-exist siya dito. So, kung titignan nyo class, it's the vertical plane. Yung floor naman class, syempre, yun yung horizontal plane. So, kung titignan natin class, ito yung plane. Yan. Okay? Tapos yung taas, yun yung floor. Okay? So, those are the types of structure in STAAD. Okay? Tapos meron tayong ito. So, i-define natin to no, yung buong STAAD window para for the future lectures class, pag ano yung sinasabi ko, nakagigets natin, no? Okay? So, for the STAAD window class, no? Tawagin natin yung mga nandito class na menu bar. Okay? So, pag sinabi kong select menu, dapat alam natin class na ito yun. Or specification menu. Kumbaga, we have to distinguish this one from this one. Kasi di ba, meron the specification. Okay? So, the ones on top class, we call it the menu bar. The ones below class, we call it the page control. Okay? So, syempre class yung mga nandito, ito naman yung toolbars natin. So, pag sinabi ko node toolbar class, dapat alam natin, ito na yung box na yun. Gets ba? Okay? So, pag sinabi kong structure toolbar, ito yung box na yun. Okay? Tapos, ito yung tools dun sa toolbar na yun. Something ganun. Okay? So, again, class, page control, no? So, kung titignan mo kasi class, may mga same words dito, no? Parang yan, again, specification, tapos specification. So, for us to differentiate the both class, if I say specification menu, so we are talking about the one on top. I say specification page, we are talking about the one below. Okay? Tapos yeah, we have what we call the data area. So dito class, no? So, minsan class, pag nakiklik mo to, parang di mo na kailangang alam ibalik, no? So, ang code lang doon class, lipat ka ng page, tapos balik ka ng page. Pag hindi pa rin lumalabas class yung data area mo, pindutin mo lang to para lumabas. So, pakita ko yan ng class. So, ito yung parang simplest troubleshoot. Yan. Kung minsan kasi naalis mo to class. Yes, save muna natin. Okay, so naalis mo yan. So, para mabalik yung class, so lipat ka lang dito, balik ka doon. Something ganun. Okay? So, sometimes hindi rin siya bumabalik class. So, pwede mo pindutin to. Restore view. Yan. Okay? So, again class, huwag tayo magpanic. Pag na-close natin yun, all we have to do is to restore the view or go to another page and then go back. Yeah. Okay? Tapos, yeah, may we have what we call the display window. So, parang ito yung viewport natin. Okay? So, moving on class, meron din tayong cursors. So, it is nice class to discuss also yung cursors. So, di ba, I've discussed a while ago class, we have what we call elements. Okay? So, minsan kasi class, if our model na is too complicated, it's better class to use these cursors. Kumbaga, so that we can select the specific elements only. Okay? You can see class, we have, ito na yung masasabi kong 8 useful cursors natin. Okay? So, first stop, we have the node cursor. So, if you can see, no, number 1. So, ito yung itsura class. Pupunta ka lang sa select. Makikita mo na sila. So, node cursor class, it only selects node elements. Beam cursor only selects beam elements. So, ito yung default cursor nating class, no? So, kung titignan nyo, parang itsura niya is yung pointer lang. Yeah. Kung tipong pag nag-click ka ng node cursor class, tapos pinindot mo yung escape. Okay. Babalik yan class ng default cursor. Tapos ang default cursor natin, beam. So we also have the plate cursor class. It only selects plate elements. Solid cursor only selects solid elements. Tapos for the geometry cursor class, it selects all types of elements. So ito siya class, no? Geometry cursor. So again class ha, more or less ganyan lang itsura niya. Pero pag titingnan nyo class, no? Ang default nating class is yung beam. Okay? Pakita ko lang yung class, no? So kung titignan kasi yung STAAD class, di ba ganyan? So kung titignan natin class doon sa select, parang ang kamukha class ng default cursor natin is yung geometry. But then again class, itong default cursor natin is yung beam cursor. Okay? Yeah. Tapos, we move to, meron din tayo ng plates and solid cursor only. Meron tayo ng load edit cursor. So yung load edit cursor, may mga loadings kasi tayo, no? So para ma-edit natin class yung load na yun, so technically, kailangan mo lang i-double click yung load na yun. Okay? Baga syempre, i-click, hindi naman natin kailangang i-click actually yung loads. Kumbaga, ang gusto natin regarding loads is i-edit yung laman. So, yung cursor na to class, it is not for selecting loads only. It is a cursor to edit the load itself. Okay? Kasi ang favorite natin kasi yung pans cursor. Kasi kung titignan nyo, di ba, gusto mong i-move yung model mo. So, ang gagawin mo lang class, kailangan mong gamitin yung pan cursor. Okay? So, for you class to use the pan cursor, i-click lang natin class yung scroll. Di ba yung mouse natin class may scroll. Pindutin nyo lang yun class. Okay? So, pakita natin class yung different types of cursor. Yan. So, kung titignan nyo, node cursor class, no? It only selects the node. So, dito class, para lang sa CAD lang. Supposedly, di ba, meron tayo ng box going down. So, box going down class, supposedly, it selects the ones fully within the box. Yan. Nagets ba natin yan? So, pag pababa class, kung titignan mo yan, no? Ang isi-select niya lang is yung mga nodes na nasa loob nun. Yan. Okay? Mamaya ko na explain yun. Hindi siya nag-a-apply sa ano eh. Okay? So, may difference kasi class yung gagawa ka ng box downward tapos gagawa ka ng box upward. Supposedly yung downward class, lahat lang ng na-select mo ng full. Tapos yung box upward naman class, lahat ng na-touch ng box kahit hindi mo siya na-select full. Pakita ko mamaya. Okay? So, ito yung node cursor class. Kung titignan nyo yan, it only selects the nodes. Okay? So, pag in-escape natin class, again, babalik siya sa default. Again, kung titignan natin yung cursors natin, para siyang geometry, no? Pero hindi ito geometry cursor class. Again, this is the beam cursor. Kung titignan nyo class, isa-select nyo lang yung beams. So, yeah. So, ito kasi plate siya class, no? So, hindi niya kayang i-select. So, beam lang talaga. Kumbaga, kung igaganyan ko siya class, ang isa-select niya lang yung beam. Meaning, ito lang yung beam. This one kasi class is a plate, diba? So, that one is a solid. Okay? So, again, default cursor class is a beam cursor. So, for us class to show the plate cursor, so supposedly, pag drinag ko yung ganyan, yan. ise-select niya lang class is yung plate. Same class, no? Solid cursor only selects the solid. Ito. Okay? So, pwede namang i-click mo lang class na ganyan. Baka you don't have to fully encapsulate it. Kasi matic yan class eh. Yan. Parang yung plate cursor class, no? Sa gitna. Kung ganun yung ano nila. Pag beam naman class sa gitna. Pag click mo sa gilid, pwede rin naman pala. Okay? Geometry class, again, it selects the whole. So, isa-select niya dapat lahat yan. Kasi it selects all the elements. Okay? Yung member class, wag na to, no? Supposedly, it only applies class pag gumawa tayo. So, kung titignan nyo kasi, di ba gagawa tayo class, meron tayo ng analytical, tapos meron tayo ng physical. Okay? So, kung titignan natin class, pag ginamit natin ito, so hindi ko na siya sinama. Parang wala siyang sineselect kasi nasa analytical modeling tayo, hindi tayo sa physical modeling. Okay? So, in-skip ko na yan. So, plates and solids class, again, ang isi-select nyo lang. Plates and solids. Okay? Tapos, again, class yung loading, no? Ay, hindi ko ba sinama yung loading? Yeah. So, ito, again, class is the load edit cursor. So, maglagay siguro tayo ng loading para makita lang natin for the sake of getting. Ay, meron. Ay, ilagay lang natin dito, no? Same. Yes. Yan. So, kung titignan nyo, class, no? Ito. Load. So, hindi siya para i-select actually. So, kung titignan nyo class pag left click ko. So, kung titignan nyo pag may green, nakita nyo ba yun? Green class meaning left click. Pag right class is right click. Pag red. Diba? Nakita ba natin class? Tignan nyo. Pag nag-left click ako class, diba? May lumalabas na green. That means it's a left click. Pag red naman class yung bumibulas ng bilog, it's a right click. So, green, left click, right click class yung ano. Okay? Yan. So again, class, hindi mo siya pwedeng gawa ng drag box. Kasi again, class, this one is the load edit cursor. It edits the load class. So for it to work, class, you have to double click the load itself. So titignan nyo kasi yan. Ma-edit mo kung ano yung value niya. Tapos the other details, the direction and all. Okay? So that's it. Ay, meron pa pala class. So yung favorite natin class, again, kung titignan nyo class, pag nag-escape ako, no? Yan. This is the beam cursor class. It only selects the beam. Okay, yun yung default cursor natin. Tapos, yung favorite cursor natin, class, no? Balik na sa geometry. Yung pan cursor. So, di ba, gusto mo kasing galaw-galawin yung class, na? Ayan. So, again, class, so, kung titignan yung pan cursor, ang itsura niya, class, is yung kamay. Parang pinupulot mo kasi, class, yung papel. Tapos, pag binitawan mo, babalik. Ayan. Okay, so, kailangan mo lang i-hold, class, para mag-stay siya na pan cursor. Okay, ang gagawin mo lang, class, press down yung scroll mouse. Okay? So, moving on class, meron din tayo ng STAAD model labels. Okay? So, balik tayo dito sa cursors class, no? So, minsan class, pag tinatamad na kayong pumunta sa select, so supposedly yung cursors natin nandito sa select menu. Okay? Pwede mo rin naman class i-right click dito, tapos select cursor. Yan. Lalabas na yung mga cursor, no? So, ang wala lang dito class is yung load edit cursor. Pero yun. Whatever you want class. So right click, select cursor, or go to select and then click the specific cursor. Okay? So regarding STAAD model labels naman class, so meron din tayong labels for you to better understand class yung ating model, no? Yan. Meron tayong iba't ibang labels. So meron tayo ng node number, papakita niyo yung node number mo. Okay? Meron din tayo ng node points. So kayo na lang ma-experiment dito class, no? Supposedly lahat class ng nakapakita dito, i-label niya. Okay? Yeah, so paano papalabasin yan, class? We just have to go to the display window. Tapos right-click tayo, class. Tapos click yung labels. Tapos lalabas, class, yung diagram window. Okay? Tapos may shortcut to, class. So kailangan mo lang mag-memorize. So kung titignan nyo, class, for its description, meron tayong parang letter dun sa bracket, no? So ang shortcut yan, class, para gusto mong itagal yung node numbers, pindutin mo lang yung shift, class, tapos whatever letter is in the brackets. Gets ba? Okay, so kita lang natin yun, class. So paano natin papalabas yung labels, class? Again, right-click. So nakikita nyo, class, naka-read tayo dun, no? Right-click. Then go to labels. So ito yun. So lalabas, class, ito. Ating diagram window. So kung titignan nyo, class, ano yung effect, no? So ito, node points. Pag inalis ko yan, class, tapos click ko yung apply. Apply. Mawawala yung nodes niya dun sa gilid, no? Pag binalik natin, class, ayan, ganyan yung effect. So, parang pwede yung pag-experiment at para malaman nyo kung ano yun. So, meron rin tayo ng node numbers, class, no? Yan. Okay? So, again, class, pwede mo lang itaggle yan. So, pipindutin lang natin, class, yung shift. Ito. Diba? Yung shortcut niya, class, shift N. Pag gusto mong tanggalin yung node numbers class, Shift N. Kailangan muna natin itong i-close. Yan, Shift N. Yan, di ba? So, pinipindot ko yung Shift N class. Shift K, ibig sabihin yung mga tuldok. Yan. Okay? So that's it for class for our labels. Okay? Tapos, yeah, we end it here class, the part 1 of module 1. So we make another video class for the unit 2. Okay? So here ends class, the discussion of module 1, part 1. Thank you for listening class. See you at the next video. Bye.